Hi, we're here with Nick Brown, corrective exercise specialist. And today we have a very important question for Nick. What do most people think they're doing right, but they're not? They're doing it all wrong.
That would be, believe it or not, breathing.
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 So you tell me right now I'm doing something wrong.
Most likely. Most people, they have a lot of questions about what to eat, how much to eat, how much water to drink. How many articles have you heard about that lately? How much water to drink, right? How often do I work out? What do I do when I work out? But no one ever thinks to themselves, am I really breathing? Am I giving my body and my brain the oxygen that it needs to do all these things that I want to do?
Okay. And I'm assuming that you have a technique or something that you can show me so I can breathe correctly.
Absolutely.
And what would you call corrective breathing? Is that a word? I don't know.
I would say breathing correctly just means engaging your diaphragm, making sure that you're breathing very, very fully. Most people, they're preoccupied, they're under a lot of stress, they're driving, they're watching a movie or 24 or something on TV, and they're totally engrossed in what they're doing. And they're not breathing fully. Their breathing tends to be very, very shallow. And believe it or not, the way that this presents for a lot of people is their secondary breathing muscles, the intercostal muscles, the pecs, muscles in the neck, the traps.
Wait, I have to ask you to go back for a second.
Sure.
You said intercostal.
Right.
I have a producer that doesn't know what that means.
Okay.
So why don't you tell the world, what is an intercostal muscle?
Just the muscles that help your ribs expand.
So this right underneath here,
Exactly.
and I use them every day when I breathe incorrectly.
You're using them all the time.
Okay.
And they're supposed to be used, but what happens is most people are breathing so shallow that they're overtaxing a lot of the muscles in their neck and in their shoulders, believe it or not. They may not know it, but a lot of times it's not uncommon for me to come across somebody who says they have a lot of neck tension or they're getting headaches. And this doesn't always work, but we make adjustments to how they're breathing. I teach them how to breathe diaphragmatically and those problems go away. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's pretty common.
And the breathing that you're going to show me, is this something that I utilize every day, or is this when I exercise? When do I use this breathing?
You absolutely want to use this as much as possible.
Okay.
It's not necessarily going to be easy to do this all the time, but you want to remind yourself, breathe from the diaphragm, breathe fully, breathe deeply. And absolutely, when people are working out, I mean, we could have a whole other conversation about this, but a lot of people tend to hold their breath when they're moving a lot of weight.
I do that.
They tend to strain. That puts a lot of pressure on your heart. It's not necessarily good for you. There's power lifters and extreme bodybuilders that will disagree, and they're dealing with, that's a different, whole other world. For your average person, when you're working out, you want to make sure that you're breathing fully and correctly, and speaking with a trainer about that is somebody's best bet.
Okay.
But right now, I can definitely show you how to breathe just in your everyday life. I can show you a way to start getting familiar with what a full breath actually feels like, and you'll actually notice a difference in how calm you feel. So it's a great stress reduction technique too.
Great. I need to be calm right now.
Okay, we all do. Absolutely. So again, lie down on your back, and you can do this at home. Now obviously, if you're in the office or you're at work or you're driving, you're not going to be able to lie down to do a breathing technique. This is just designed to show you what it feels like, and it's a great thing to do before you go to bed to help yourself wind down, or even during the middle of the day if you have an opportunity. So what I'm going to have you do, Christine, is just take your right hand and put it on your belly, right over your belly button. Good. And then just take your left hand and put it on your chest, just like that. Excellent. And I just want you to be normal. Just breathe normal. And what are you noticing in terms of how your belly and your chest are moving right now?
I don't notice anything.
There you go. And that's exactly my point. Most people don't notice anything. They're very used to breathing the way that they breathe. What I see is that your belly and your chest are moving at about the same rate, at just about as much as each other. And what I want you to change is, what I want you to do now is I want you to take a very deep, slow breath, and I want you to fill up your belly first as much as you can fill it up. And then once your belly can't fill itself up anymore, I want you to start filling your chest. So again, take a really nice deep breath. Belly first. Okay. All the way up as high as you can go. Fill it up and then fill up your chest. And then as you let it out, let the belly go down first. All the way down until it can't go down, then the chest. Good. How does that feel different?
Oh, I really have to think about what I'm doing.
And what you're doing is you're making your diaphragm go as far as it can so you can open up your lungs as much as possible. when you're breathing, your diaphragm actually moves down and it creates a space for your lungs to open. And the air pressure from the outside pushes air into your lungs where the oxygen gets absorbed. When you exhale, the diaphragm actually is relaxing. It does it all by itself, and it creates it closes that space, closes the lungs up a little bit, and the air pushes out. Okay? So all you need to do is just, again, fill up that belly as much as you can, make that diaphragm work, and then lift up the chest, fill the chest, and then let the diaphragm relax. The belly empties out. Good. Just like that. Okay? Yeah. So if you wanted to turn this into an exercise and a stress reduction technique, you can actually time yourself. So right now we're going to use a count of 8. But as you get used to doing this, you can use longer and longer counts. But just for today, since we're new to this, what I'm going to have you do is get an exhale completely, and I'm going to count for you. I'm going to count 8 seconds for your belly to fill, then your belly and your chest. So a full inhale is going to take 8 seconds. We're going to hold your breath for 5 seconds. Then you're going to take 8 seconds to exhale completely. Okay? So we're going to start now. Start your inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin your exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. And you can do this over and over again. If you notice that you're feeling maybe short of breath or like the count is too long, just lower the count for now. Over time, especially if you're working out and you're challenging yourself cardiovascularly, you'll actually notice that you're able to go for longer and longer counts, and you can do this for longer and longer, and it's a really great way to relax and reduce stress.
What's a good number? Like if someone's able to have a count of 15, are they breathing really, really well? I mean,
I think it varies from person to person. If you can get to around 10 seconds for an inhale, a 10-second hold, and a 10-second release, I'd say you have some pretty good control over how you're breathing. But if you're conscious of it at all and you're making an effort, you've already made some pretty good steps.
Excellent. All right. Yep. Well, thank you very much for teaching me how to breathe.
Yep, absolutely.
I didn't realize just, I guess when you say shallow, and I don't take that in a negative way, I do breathe shallow almost every day. And breathing that way, just the little bit that I did, I feel not lightheaded, but I feel kind of airy and calm and centered, a lot like I do when I meditate. And I definitely breathe differently when I meditate. So
it makes a lot of sense. A lot of times, not having enough oxygen is a stressful event. So
really?
Stands to reason that if people aren't breathing on the job, they're going to feel a little bit stressed.
A little bit? Okay.
So this should help.
Was there anything else that you'd like to tell us today, Nick?
Just remember to take some time to breathe deeply.
That's it. We will do that.
And you can actually see more information about this on my website, which is www.physicalrestructuring.com.
Physical restructuring.
Physicalrestructuring.com.
Great. Yeah. Thanks again.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.